I have Erin here. She's going to ask me a lot of questions about this surprise box that everybody's supposed to receive and kind of like make a little bit more fun in your relationship. That's what I'm thinking about, right? So this is my first time, and Erin actually has a lot of interesting questions that I want to answer on her part. So,
and don't be acting like you too cool for school.
I'm in school. You know what? I'm in school right now. I'm not even cool anymore.
All right.
So I'm giving everything back to Erin so she could kind of like ask these questions about DateBox.
All right. So first things first, tell me, how did DateBox come about? We know it's about, really giving people the skills to date and having something to build on or whatnot. But like, where did the
concept?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? My wife and I, during the pandemic, it showed me a lot of different things about how bonding or non-bonding is necessary in a relationship. So a lot of relationships suffered because you actually had to actually know who you were actually dealing with. So it's not an easy thing. I'm not saying there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, but what we did was we curated different things to keep the excitement going in our relationship. Over time, we've got a lot of games and different things that we wanted to do to keep the entertaining side because we had to stay home for X amount of times. So after the pandemic, the idea, given the fact that Alan with D8te Table, which is a great concept of a podcast about sex, love, and relationship, and we were having different types of conversations about how to help out different types of people,
always
how to make their relationships a lot better. So with that being said, it's like it just gave birth. It's like the idea made a lot of sense to give something to somebody that sometimes your relationship gets stagnated, and we want to provide some type of entertainment, and then we want to curate a box to give it to the people.
Do you think that, because how long have you been married?
I've been married over 20 years.
All right. So do you feel like, I won't call you an expert, but do you feel like you could essentially give somebody the game? You'd be like, yo, you got to learn how to bond. You got to learn how to enjoy the person you're with, and this is a great way to do it. So would you essentially say, like, say, hey, young whippersnappers out here, hook up with the DateBox, and you really can go on autopilot, And we've talked about this on the show. Like, a lot of people don't have dating skills,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, with the length of my marriage and relationship, it's almost as if that it took a lightning in a bottle almost that you want to put inside of a box to be able to help other people keep that relationship spicy. Yeah, I don't like the word spicy, but more lively, because a lot of people need that little boost in their relationship. So we kind of like put a lot of thought into it. It's not just me. So it's a whole lot of us that's just kind of like putting ideas and thought into what would make sense. And it's not just a box. We think about the theme. Every single month there's a theme. So I'll give you an example. For October, the theme is fall in love. So we want to make sure that once you receive your October box, you're going to have this product, this box, that's going to come in and it's going to show you how to fall back in love. Or even if you are already in love, or how to kind of like
how to reconnect.
Reconnect. And the foundation of every relationship, like I always say, is communication. And that's the whole process.
Launching soon. What's the date?
The launch is actually September 8th. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the first box out for October. It's perfect for October. Season is going to change. You're going to want to stay home more. We're going to give you some ideas and things like that. Just to give you an example. So like this is a spirit infusion bottle that we have in there. Sometimes you can't make a cocktail, but we're going to help you with that also. That's it.
Yeah, because at my house, we'll just be drinking rum. No, rum. My husband
rum is already sweet, so it's good. I
just take rum and cranberry, but this is fancy. I like this.
Rum and Coke. Different types of concept of excitement inside of a box. That's all it is. And it's a lot of thought that is put into it to make sure that you actually receive what we're talking about. It's not, we're not talking about rocket science. We're not talking about Rubik's cubes or anything like that, but just fun enough where you and your significant other could have a good time.
Quick question. So, and we kind of discussed this earlier.
Yeah.
So, like in my relationship, our dynamic is that I'm a talker. I'm an over communicator. you know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna beat it out of you, but like I want to have a discussion.
Okay.
Whereas my husband isn't as expressive as I am. Yeah. So do you think that this will help kind of like level out people? So one, the person who's super expressive, they can get what they're looking for, and then the person who's not, like the cards and the games and stuff, that'll help them facilitate the conversation, facilitate rebuilding the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm more of a reserved person, just to kind of like explain my side of it, right? I don't really talk too much, but what I've learned over the course of over 20 years of being married is that, you know, I have to kind of like keep an open mind on my side. So with that box, I put myself inside that box to say, how would a guy like me communicate? And actually, you know, it's not going to be corny. We don't want to do any corny stuff over here. But at the same time, it has to make sense where, you know, you could lead the horse to the water, and we want to bring you close enough where the water is attractive to taste it.
That makes sense.
And then you won't die of dehydration.
Right.